important. And the development of both sides is an opportunity for each other. Dear friends, we know that India's press industry is well developed and highly open, and has reported a lot on China and the China-India relations. And we do hope that the Indian media will report more objectively and balancedly on China and China-India relations, and helping the Indian people fully understand a real China. And then we also hope that media of the two countries will carry out more exchanges and cooperation in the future. The sound and stable development of China-India relationship is, I can say, inseparable from your efforts. And we look forward to strengthening exchanges with you, and hope that you will report in depth so that more people will know the beautiful stories of China-India friendship exchanges. And thank you for your attention for this promote safe and sound development of emerging industries such as commercial space and the low-altitude economy, spur future industries such as bio-manufacturing, quantum technology, embodied intelligence, and 6G, sixth generation telecommunications technology. And some foreign media commented that China's hardcore technology industry has entered harvest season in the final year of the 14th five-year plan and injected confidence into the market. As China accelerated its transition from manufacturing to innovation and creation, it will benefit the global south, all the developing countries. And this year's government work report reaffirms that regardless of changes in the external environment, China will remain steadfast in its commitment to openness, steadily expand institutional openness, and advance unilateral openness. Should be partners that contribute to each other's success. And a cooperative dance, they use a French word, bas de deux, of the dragon and elephant is the only right choice for both sides. And as the two largest developing countries, China and India have a shared task to accelerate our country's development and revitalization. There is every reason for us to support each other rather than undercut each other, and work with each other rather than guard against each other. This is the path that truly serves the fundamental interests of the two countries and the two peoples. And we are glad to see that recently Prime Minister Modi also made a positive statement on China-India relations in an interview. He said, 21st century is Asia century, and China-India friendship is in the interests of the two neighbors and for global stability and development. And the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, in abbreviation we call CPPCC. The NPC is the highest organ of our state power, while the CPPCC is China's top political advisory body. So every year, China's two sessions attract global attention. This is an important window for the world to observe and understand China. And that, like I said, you may have noticed in the themes of this year's two sessions, Such hot words like energy transformation, artificial intelligence, and the digital economy are particularly very eye-catching. In 2024, China's annual production of new energy vehicles has exceeded 13 million. That is a big number, 13 million new energy vehicles. And self-driving automobile and sky taxi with new pilots developed also very rapidly in China. Also like humanoid robots, they performed the dance during our Spring Festival Gala. And unmanned aerial vehicles set off cyber fireworks in the night sky. And you must have heard the open source AI model, DeepSeek. And this DeepSeek amazed the world. DeepSeek, DeepSeek. And China has become a hotspot for global scientific researchers. And our governmental work report has identified developing new quality productive forces as one of the major tasks for 2025. A series of commemorative activities. For example, in April last year, a group of scholars and artists was invited to visit China to retrace the footsteps of Tagore. And these scholars and artists participated in themed commemorative events in Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. And they interacted enthusiastically with students from many universities, reciting Tagore's poems, singing Tagore's songs, and performing Tagore's dances. And the delegation not only followed in the Tagore's footsteps in China, but also carried forward Tagore's universal values. And once again, sparked a wave of cultural exchanges between China and India. Flights between the two countries as soon as possible. I do hope to see that happen as soon as possible. And the relevant teams are working on that. And do you know how much is the bilateral trade between China and India in 2024? According to Chinese statistics, it is about 138.5 billion US dollars, letting more and more people know such a touching story. So our Consul General has always been strongly supporting them in organizing activities and promoted the establishment of a memorial hall in the former residence of Dr. Basu, in the hope to publicize the spirit of Indian medical mission to China and the China-India friendship. Every August and December, the committee and association hold memorial activities. So I hope our media friends here can pay more attention to them and cover their events. At the same time, youth exchanges also a highlight. Youth are the future of our countries and the hope of China-India friendship. We hope to discover more new era China-India friendship envoys through youth exchanges. In July 2024, we arranged a delegation of youth from East India to visit Yunnan province to attend this China-South Asia Cooperation Forum and experience Yunnan's ethnic culture there. And in October last year, we invited a group of musicians from Northeast India to visit Yunnan province. And the delegations visited museums and ethnic villages there. the Indian dancers and the musicians perform the unique music and traditional dances. Today one of the members of the delegation, Telegraph journalist, Mr. Sudeshna, is sitting with us. And I believe her feelings run much deeper than mine. We also supported Visva Bharati University, founded by Tagore, to hold an international conference and a photo exhibition to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Tagore's visit to China, and international conference on Tagore's philosophy of education. And at the conference held in October last year, 6 Chinese experts and scholars, led by Professor Dong Youcheng. He's the editor-in-chief of the Chinese version of Complete Works of Tagore, the Complete Works of Tagore. He came to India and realized the first face-to-face exchanges between Chinese and Indian scholars in East India after the epidemic. And their visit coincided with Durga Puja. In the future, we will continue to provide more Chinese films to Kolkata International Children's Film Festival, and we also hope to have the opportunity to participate in the Kolkata International Film Festival. And there is a very popular animation movie in China recently. I don't know whether you have heard of that. That is Ne Zha 2. Previously, we have produced Ne Zha. This is the series, actually, a second, Ne Zha 2, which is currently ranked 5th in the global box office history and is being shown in some country. I hope such an excellent movie can also be shown in India. And in China, classic Bollywood movies, such as Caravan, Devadas, and The Three Idiots, are our childhood memories of generations. We know Indian movies more. And in recent years, films such as Dangal, how to pronounce, I try to. After returning to India, many delegates, these delegation members told us on different occasions, they still miss the agreeable climate, the beautiful scenery, delicious food, and especially friendly people. To them, the journey to China is always unforgettable. Besides, we arranged for local monks to visit Yunnan for Buddhist exchanges. And the monks visited major Buddhist temples in Kunming and Xishuangbanna, also in Yunnan province, and exchanged the Dharma with Chinese monks in Bali, which make Buddhism, the ancient bond of China-India cultural exchange, regain vitality. And in terms of sports exchange, we supported a cricket coach to go to Shanghai for trial training. I know cricket is the most popular sport in India. And this exchange provides an opportunity for the younger generation of cricket fans in China to learn from India and to know more about India. And in addition, our consulate has also arranged 2 well-known Bengali writers, including Subhadra Saka and a think tank delegation, to visit China, which were very successful. Here, I would like to take a few minutes to talk about films. You know, good movies can transcend culture and language barriers, evoke emotional resonance, and thus promote cultural communication and understanding. And just in January this year, we provided 6 recently released excellent children films produced in China to Kolkata International Children's Film Festival, which were widely acclaimed. And the staff of our office, they're sitting with us, some of them, they went to Neidan, it's a theater? London. And we are happy to see that the spring of China-India relations is arriving. Since I came to Kolkata, India, last June, I have been expecting to have a deep exchange with media friends from East India. Therefore, we are holding this media briefing today. On one hand, we will brief you about the cultural exchanges and people-to-people exchanges activities carried out by our Consul General here last year, and also our plan this year, that is 2025. On the other hand, we also hope that we can brainstorm with our media friends here and jointly provide more good ideas. Poverty alleviation efforts, our advanced manufacturing industry, and vocational educational development. We are also going to arrange another 2 artist delegations to visit Beijing, Shanghai, and Yunnan, probably in the first half of this year. We are trying every effort to make it come true. Dear friends, how will China-India relations develop in the future? On March 7th, Chinese Foreign Minister Mr. Wang Yi made a bright prospect for China-India relations at the press conference held during our 2 sessions. Wang Yi noted, and I quote here, that China-India relations have made positive strides over the past year. The successful meeting between President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Modi in Kazan last October provide strategic guidance for the improvement and development of our bilateral ties. Both sides have earnestly followed through on the important common understanding of our leaders, strengthened exchanges and practical cooperation at all levels, and achieved a series of positive outcomes. Mr. Wang Yi said, scholars visited several puja pandals in Kolkata and celebrated this grand festival with the local people. And Professor Dong, who is nearly 90 years old, even went into the fields and warmly interacted in Bengali language with the local villagers, which impressed me quite a lot. He walked even faster than I do. And he was in very high spirits at that time. So I really show my great respect for him. And another representative of China-India friendship is the India medical mission to China. In 1938, during the toughest time for the Chinese people, Dr. Cotonis, Dr. Basu, and other 3 doctors, they formed the India medical mission to China. And with an internationalist spirit and a deep love for the Chinese people, they resolutely went to China to support China's national liberation. And they posted a lot in social media. Meanwhile, young diplomats from our Chinese Consulate also entered local campuses, universities, colleges, to have dialogues and share cross-cultural knowledge with students. And the pursuit of this trendy culture among Generation Z, we call this younger generation, has quickly brought them closer. They share a lot in common, not only this trendy culture, but also food, traveling, tourism, many other things, film. Dear friends, as the sister city of Kolkata, Kunming is only a 2-hour flight from Kolkata. And the people of both places love singing and dancing and have unique artistic talents which enable the two peoples to resonate through art, even if they do not speak the same language. The Chinese Embassy and our Chinese Consulate in India will hold a series of commemorative activities to write a new chapter in China-India friendship. On March 31st, that is the end of this month, we will hold a reception. And I think you must have received our invitation. If not, just let us know. And April 1st is the very day of the establishment of China-India diplomatic relations. And we will hold an international seminar with China Bhavana, Visva Bharati University in Shenzhen to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Tagore's visit to China and 75th anniversary of our relationship. I can tell you, this is the first time after epidemic, nearly 20 Chinese experts, scholars, and artists will be invited to India to attend this seminar. And friends, you are all most welcome to report on this event in Shenzhen. And if you need support, assistance, please let us know. And what's more, we are arranging a media tour to Hunan and the Fujian province. This will going to happen in April. Relations as an opportunity to work with our Indian friends to sum up our past experience, forge a path forward, and advance China-India relations on the track of sound and stable development. Friends from media, there is a saying that friendship between countries lies in the affinity between peoples. Or also we can call that friendship among people boosts relations between countries. Culture and people-to-people exchange play an indispensable role in the development of our bilateral relations. Here, I would like to ask you several small questions. Do you know the number of personnel exchanges between China and India? Any friends from media can tell me the number? No? Okay. In 2019, before the epidemic, there were about 1.07 million personnel exchanges, and of which about 8.7 lakh, we call that lakh, we say, what is that the number?
Please don't forget to subscribe our channel and also click the bell icon to get the latest updates.